See, we discussed the introduction of JavaScript. Okay, 1 second. Yes. To work with the React.js, okay. So JavaScript is required, mandatory for us. Okay. So that's why here. So JavaScript we are starting now. So what is React? React is nothing but React is the library of JavaScript. Yes, React is nothing but the library of JavaScript. That's why to work with this React.js, JavaScript concepts are mandatory. So that's why already I discussed some points in JavaScript introduction point of view. What is JavaScript? So that I discussed. Now we are discussing the concepts one by one. So just a recap about that. JavaScript is client-side script, right? So the JavaScript we are using to implement the logics in browser. Okay. Yes. So it is a client-side script we are using to implement the logics in browser. So React.js is providing some additional functionalities. Okay. It provides some additional functionalities to work with JavaScript. So that is the main concept of React.js. So that's why we should know how to work with the JavaScript. So now here, JavaScript is a product of which corporation? Yesterday I told you Netscape. Yes, it is a product of Netscape Corporation. Right? Yes. Now later, actually original name of JavaScript is LiveScript. Later, Sun Microsystem adopted and they changed this LiveScript as JavaScript. So that is the main point of this. Is it clear? Yes. Now, JavaScript is case sensitive and loosely typed script. Loosely typed means already discussed. At the time of variable declarations, we are not providing the data types. And the next one, type safe. Okay, means dynamic type. At runtime, it contains the variables like that. So some points we discussed. So related to that point, we will discuss the programs now. First of all, I am going to discuss the concepts with the data types. Yeah. So first concept is data types. So these are common in both React and JavaScript. Okay. Yes. So that's why what is data type and what are the data types we have. So first we will cover that. So data types specify the type of variable data. Yes. So data type specify what? The type of variable data. Okay, means which data variable holds that information. We are having these data types. So JavaScript is loosely typed script. So no need to provide data types at the time of variable declarations. Yes. At the time of variable declarations, we need not provide data types because it is loosely typed script. Okay. Now, JavaScript is dynamic typed script. So every variable internally contains a data type based on the value we assigned. So based on the value, every variable internal contains one data type. So this is the concept of this. Is it clear? Yes. Now, one program I will show you. So yesterday already I told you we are using script tag to declare the JavaScript. Okay. Now new file. So right now I'm using Notepad. After 4 or 5 sessions, I will discuss Visual Studio Code. That idea I will discuss with you. Okay. Yes. Now here demo2.html I have given one program. What the name of this program? Demo2.html. Like that I have given this name. Okay. Yes. Now I am using script tag, script open tag, and script closing tag. Like that I have taken the script tag. Now variables we are using to store some values at the time of calculation. Okay. For example, you're working with some logic, some calculations. That time, okay, we are using variables to store some values. Is it clear? Yes. Now, here I'm using serial x is equal to 100. That is one variable. What the value of this? 100. Y is equal to 200. And z is equal to x into y. So simple calculation I have taken. X is equal to 100, y is equal to 200, z is equal to x into y. So finally, I'm displaying let z. So what this file? Demo2.html. So in this file, I have taken 3 variables, x, y, and z. Now, yeah, this is demo2.html. Right click. Open with any browser. Yes. What the output we got? 20,000. That output we got. So that is fine. Now, can I provide data types to the variables at the time of declaration? Can I provide the data types? Gulshan, Subbu. Can I provide data types like in C language, C++, we are providing the data types like integer, string like that, we are providing the data types. Okay. Can I provide here? Yes, I am asking question. Can we provide the data types in front of these variables like int or number like that? No, we can't provide the data types here. So if I use like this, it gives the error. So no result we are getting here if I refresh. You want to see the errors? How can we see the errors in JavaScript? Right click,
Console section.
select,
Console section.
yes, console. So in browser, this area we are calling as browser developers tools. So in further sessions, I will explain. Okay. So what is network? What is performance? What is memory? What is application? And how to increase the performance? Okay. So how to debug? So everything one by one we will discuss here. And the file sources like that, everything we'll discuss here in this browser developer tools. So anyhow, here console. So what the error we are getting? Unexpected identifier X. Means X is not available. That is the meaning of this. So means not, sorry, X is having one wrong identifier. If I remove this, refresh, now we got the output 20,000. See, alert display the message box, right? In case if I use console.log, it displays So console.log displays the message in this console. Now if I refresh here, so it displays the message here. Okay, that's the difference between these two. Alert displays the message box. Okay, console.log displays in this location that message. Okay, anything you can use. So fine. Now, because of loosely typed script concept, we are not providing the data types at the time of variable declarations. But internally, every variable contains data type. So here I assign 100. So then X holds number. If I assign any characters, then it holds string. Like that, based on the assigned values, every variable contains data type internally. Yes. So that concept we are calling as dynamic type. So once again, don't confuse with that loosely typed and dynamic typed. Loosely typed means we are not providing any data types at the time of variable declaration. Dynamic typed means internally every variable contains data type. So that is the concept. Okay. Now here, how many types of data types we have in JavaScript? So internally every variable contains
Sir,
one
but
data type I'm telling. So
we use
what is
some
that?
variable. We use some variable names na here
Yeah,
to declare data type. That's why it is called loosely typed language. Huh?
we are using some variable.
Name like where.
That is, yeah, I will tell you that. So what is where? Is it data type? No.
No, no, it is not data type. Like, what is the main difference? Why it is called loosely typed language? That I'm asking. Like
Yeah,
dynamically,
so
Python
I will
can
tell.
runtime understand, but then why this is
Dynamic means at
JavaScript?
runtime it holds the value. Okay. It holds the data type. Sorry, it holds the data type. That is dynamic. So where is different entirely. Okay. After this data type concept, I'll discuss what is where. Just please wait. Okay. Now here, how many types of data types we have? Okay. Those are number is one type, string is one type, boolean, so small b, undefined
Null.
object.
Null is also data type, right?
Sorry,
Null.
null
Null.
comes under object. Null,
Okay, there are two types of data types, right? Primitive and non-primitive. That's what they categorize.
yeah, yeah, null comes under object. This is okay, reference type. Okay. So what is reference type? I will discuss step by step. We'll go. So these three comes under object type. I will show you now. Type of using this function, we can get the type of variable. So first let me show example with this. After that, I will discuss what is where. Okay, those things I will discuss. First of all, here, yeah, already console is there, right? Console.log type of X I have given like this. Okay, and remove these two lines. So what it is number type. Okay, second one string. Y is equal to Scott. So within the double quotations, if you place any value, it comes under string. Console.log type of Y. Now this is string. Okay. Yes. Next one, Z is equal to either true or false if you store. Then it comes under third type. What is that? Boolean. Now here, console.log type of Z. Now refresh. What this type? Boolean. For example, So A I have given, no value is assigned. Then it is undefined. Console.log type of A. So if you don't assign any value, then it comes under undefined. Now refresh. Okay. So yeah, console.log type of A. So here it displays one message for that A is not defined. Okay, that message is coming here. So now I am using one keyword where. Okay, what is where I will discuss now. Now what the type we got here? Undefined. Means value is not assigned. Now what is where I will discuss? Just wait. Now here just something like B is equal to null. And null comes under which type? Console.log type of B. Null comes under which type? Object. Now, if you observe this, object is a type. So all these are primitive types, and this is reference. I will discuss later. What is that? So anyhow, these are 5 types of data types. Okay. First of all, any questions you have in this, you can ask me. No questions. Okay. Now, actually, if you open any website, yes, variable declarations in JavaScript, for example. So any website, if you open, see, we have where let constant. Okay, like that. These are different types. Actually, let is not mentioned here. Yeah, here let is there. Okay, and constant is also there. Yes. So what is where and let? That is a main point. Okay. So actually, any variable we should starts with either where or let, like this. Is it clear? Yes. Either where or let we need to declare. Otherwise, first of all, you are not following the standards. That is the meaning. Second point, what is where and let? So I'm not discussing complete about where and let now. Okay, after 2 sessions I will discuss. But remember, where and let we are using to provide the scope to the variable. To provide scope. You got it once again, I'm telling to you. Where and let we are using to provide scope to the variable. Now you can ask me, sir, what is the scope? Okay. So one example I will show you. Let me paste this here. Yeah. Now script I have taken and close this script. Now this is one block. Okay. So this is one block. If I use function here, then it comes under function block. If I use any for loop here, then it comes under for loop block. If I use any if like this, okay, sorry. If like that, then it comes under that if block. Like that, this is one block. In this block, see, where x is equal to 100 I have given, and outside this console.log x. So now here we can access this 100 from outside that block. Okay. If you observe this result or refresh, 100 is there. In case if I use let, now here error is coming. X is not defined. Because outside that block, we cannot access this let variable. Okay, now if I refresh, you can see again 100 is come because I kept it inside this block. So actually, this is not only the difference, we have many differences between where and let. We have many differences between where and let. So let is introduced with the ECMAScript 6. So like the different points we have, we need to discuss each and everything. So just overview what is where and let I discussed now. That is just what is where and let. Don't think the concept is completed. It is very big concept. I will discuss one by one because there is one pattern we are following. Okay. So anyhow, one person asking me, sir, where is there? What is where? Okay. So if you think where is dead, that is absolutely wrong. Where as well as let. Okay, these two we are using to provide the scope to the variable. The previous example, if you observe here, so let variable I have taken. So this let variable, can we call from outside this block? Yes. So this let variable, can we call from outside the block? No, because the scope of that variable is within the block. In case if I use where, we can access from outside the block also. Like that, in redeclaration point of view and in hoisting point of view, different types of differences we have. But anyhow, so don't worry about where and let. I will discuss it separately. So here,
So it is
these are
like
the types of data types. Yes, come on, what is that?
global and local variables, global function we can say, na, or global variable and local
Oh,
variable is acting.
yes. So variable types you are telling, right? So variable types are not only global, local. Okay. So we have different types of variables. One is global variable. Next one is local variable. Next one is block scope variable. Next one is lexical scope variable. Local scope, global scope, block scope, lexical scope. So that concept I'll discuss after functions. Okay. So here data types, I am talking only data types. So some side related topics also coming into the picture. That's why small introduction I'm giving about that. What is that? About what is where like that. Okay. So types of variables we'll discuss. Okay. So in our course content, if you observe here, all these are there. Okay. Types of variables. So 1 second. Okay. I will show you that. One second. It is loading up. Many times I hit that. Yes. So just now you can see this. Yeah. So so see. So variable types and variable scopes. Okay, this topic I will discuss. Okay. So after that, we were covering so where let constant, what is ECMAScript, like that. Okay. So we are discussing one by one these concepts. So right now, variable concept is not started. Just data types I started. That's all. What is data type? How many types of data types we have? Okay. So already, if anybody have idea on this JavaScript, so definitely they know about where. So that's why just small introduction about where. Where is to provide the scope to the variable, not only where and let also we are using for the same reason. So what is the scope of where? What is the scope of let? And whether it is creating the shallow copy, okay? So deep copy. So those are all we will discuss later. Okay. Yes. Now one point I will show you. So x is equal to 100 I have given. So console.log x. So are you expecting the output? Yes or no? Are you expecting the output here? Yes. Yeah. So now, see, if I refresh it, display the output. So is it valid script? So is it standard script? No. See, at the time of working with this, coding technologies, we must follow the standards. For example, okay, use strict. I have given like this. Now refresh. See, now you got the error. What is that? X is not defined. If I remove this use strict, then output you're getting. So use strict we are using whether we are following the standards or not. So in this point of view, the one standard variable must contain any access scope. That's the first point. Okay. So that is the first point. You may use where or let anything. Okay. Like this. Okay. Otherwise, it is not valid. Okay. So like that, some points will be covered one by one. So this is the data types. Come on, how many types of data types we have? Number, string, boolean, undefined, and object. That object we have seen null. Now, what are the other things we have? Array, object, these two. Now we will start our discussion with array. So array is very, very important concept. So what is array and how to work with array? So those points we'll discuss now. Okay. Yeah. So before going to the array, any more questions? Okay. Now you tell me what is array according to your idea.
Array can store multiple values.
Multiple elements it is storing, multiple values. Those values are homogeneous or heterogeneous. I mean, similar or different values. Similar type or different type.
Similar.
Yeah. So it depends upon the technology which we are using. Okay. Yeah, I will write that. Array is collection of elements. Each element is combination of index and value. Each element is a combination of index and value. Okay. By default, the first element index is 0. Yes. And last element index is total number of elements minus 1. Yes, yeah.
Are you going to provide the notes for each topic?
Yeah, what is that? Come again.
The notes for the topics that we discuss in the class. Are you going to provide that one?
I didn't get you. Please come again.
Yeah, I'm just trying to saying like, are you going to provide the notes like data types?
Yes, I told you already yesterday. I think you
Okay.
missed that. So
Yeah.
notes, recording, okay, and programs. I will upload into Google Drive. So the drive access you will get after this demo classes. Okay. So
Okay.
day-wise recordings, notes, and programs. Okay. So now here the point is what is the difference between normal variable and array variable? Simple point. So normal variable can store the single value, array can store collection of values. For example, in a memory location, so variable means nothing but memory location RAM. In a memory location, I want to store group of values means all usernames or all table records. In future, we will discuss how to connect with the endpoints, API services, and that API service will give so big object with the multiple values, or database table information. That is also collection of values. These all values you want to store in a variable, then we are using array. So the difference between normal variable and array is normal variable can store single value, array can store multiple values. So that we are calling as element. Element means what is that? So index and
Homogeneous, no, sir.
value
Array is
collection.
homogeneous.
Heterogeneous here, not
Only integers we
homogeneous.
can say, no?
Just like Python list. Okay. I am coming to that point now. So element means what is that? Collect a combination of index and value. Okay, so every element contains index number. The first element index starts with 0, and last element index is total number of elements minus 1. Okay. Now here, JavaScript is loosely typed script. We can store any type of elements in array. Why we can store any type of elements? Because it is loosely typed script. That's why we can store any type of elements in array. See, for example, in C language, we want to create array. So data type you are providing at the time of variable declaration, variable name and values we are providing like this. Okay. So means we are restricting this variable with a specific data type. That's why all values must be integer values. If I place any string like this, it gives the error message. But in that is in C++, .NET, these technologies. But in JavaScript, PHP, Python, no data types we are providing at the time of declaration. That's why any type of value we can store in a variable. Is it clear? So that's why it is heterogeneous collection. Okay. Now total how many elements we have here? 5 elements. What is the index number of first element? 0. Second element is 1. Next element is 2. Like that we have this one. Okay. Now in program I will show you. Yeah. So I'm using where for time being. Okay. After this array. Okay. And after this object, we will discuss what is exactly where and what is let. Okay. What are the ECMAScript concepts and what is constant, what are the differences. Okay. So that I will discuss after array and after object. So till then, so one point in your mind should be that where is used to provide scope to the variable. That's all. Okay. Is it global scope or local scope or block scope? So that is next level discussion. Okay. Not now. Now where ARR or any name you can use here. Okay. Is equal to, okay, 10, 20, 30, 40 I have given here. Okay, 100 I have given. Okay, like that. First element I am changing to 10. Now, let ARR or console.log ARR. Now, save this and refresh it. So total 4 elements we have here. 10, 20, 30, 40. Like that total how many elements we have here? 4 elements. Is it clear? Yes, like that. Now, what is the key of first element? 0. Second element, 1. And this element, 2. So this element, 3. Like that, we have these keys here. Please wait. Yes, like that we have these elements. All elements are printing. First element you want to print. Again, CD. Now, yeah. software. Now console.log ARR of 0 I have given. Now save this and refresh. Now what the output we have? 10 is the output. Now console.log ARR of 1 I have given. Now refresh, 20 is the output. Like that we have each and every element. Yes? Yeah. Now my question is, can I place Scott here? Yes, because it is heterogeneous collection. So now you can see what the output we have Scott. Like that. Is it clear? Yes. I'll copy this and paste here. Yeah. Now, what are the functions we have to work with this array? What are the properties? Length. Using this property, we can get total number of array elements. Yes. So first function is length. Sorry, properties length. Now, here, ER.length I have given. What is the length of this array? How many elements we have total? 4. Now save and refresh. So you can see display the output here. 4 is the output we have here. Yes. Okay, so this time changing is 20. The same output, no difference. Just one pattern I have. So this is about length property. Okay. Next, push. Yes. Using this function, we see in this array function, definitely they will ask minimum 2 questions in interview, no doubt. And in functions point of view, programming point of view. So how to display the unique values from array, like that some programs they will ask. Okay. Yes. How to reverse the elements of array. Okay. Like that. So we will discuss all these concepts. Push function, using this function, we can add an element at the end of array and returns total number of elements. Yes, just very, very important function. For this push function, the main purpose to add an element where at the end of array, and what it returns total number of elements. Okay. Now see this. Already we have 4 elements, right? Yeah. ARR dot push 50. I'll add ARR or console.log ARR. So what the output? 10, 20, 30, 40 and adding 50. So total 5 elements it displays. Now we can see this. Yes, here we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I will use console.log. Now, yes, you can see we have like this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Like that we have these elements. Yes, yeah. Now I told you one more point. What is that? So first point is we can add an element at the end of array. And what it returns total number of elements. Now if any function returns a value, remember this. So it is very common for all programs.
Sir, push
If
will
any
insert in
functions
the last.
returns a value. Okay.
Push will insert
Yes.
always in the last. Push. Push will insert the value in the last, sir.
Yeah. So here, where are we one variable I have given? So what is the meaning of this? Push returns total number of elements, right? What it returns? Total number of elements. If a function returns a value, that value we need to assign into a variable, not only push. So other functions or your user defined function. If you create any function and you are returning a value from that function, so then how can I catch that value? How can I catch? At the time of calling that function, store the value into a variable like this. Means push I'm calling, so that return value is storing in variable RV. That variable name can be anything, X or Y. Okay. So or else return value I have given. Any name we can use here. So that value is nothing but total number of elements. Now, how many elements it will placing there? Now, total 5 elements we have. So now we can see 5 is like this. So this is push. Push adding an element where at the end of array and returns what? Total number of elements. So is this clear? 1 second. Let me connect with the
Can
charger.
we
I
do
forgot.
like array dot push?
Wait 1 minute. I will connect with the charger first. Yes. What is your doubt? Some doubt is supposed to ask. Huh?
We are
No,
storing
I'm
that.
just asking, can we do like array dot push?
Come again?
Can we do like array dot push?
Can we do a
Array dot
what?
push.
Push. I didn't understand your point. Are you asking what is array dot push or any other question?
No, sir, I think my bad question. Sorry.
Hmm?
No, I could not see the array dot push, but here is a array dot push. Yeah, sorry, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So this array dot push only I have given. So next one, pop. Yeah. Now you answer for this. Pop is nothing but to remove
Remove the element. Yeah.
last element of array and returns value that element. So understand it carefully. You got it, right? Now answer my question. Yeah. So what is the output of this? Console.AR.
Yeah, it's not going to change. It's same like 10 to 20 and console.log. Okay. Yeah, the same output.
Same output.
Yeah.
Push output you're expecting for pop also, same output. Okay, so here
Yeah.
it is not required to pass. Now tell me,
Sir,
Yeah,
what
can
is
you
40,
pop?
please?
40 will be deleted, 10, 20, 30.
Ah, it removes 40 and output is 10, 20, 30. Yes, yeah. What is the output of this statement? Enter this console.log. Now see this.
This is 10, 20, 30, and the original arrays could not change. No, no.
What it returns? Value of that element means which element is removed, that element value. What the value of that last element? 40. 40 will store in this variable that we are printing here. Yes, got it. Now refresh it. So 10, 20, 30. These are the elements in this array. And here we have 40 at last. Okay. This is about pop. Okay. Yes. Next, shift. So removes the first element of array and returns, okay, value of that element. Or this shift. Now you can see this here that shift have been. Yeah, fast. Tell me, what is output of the statement? Hmm? Read this. Yes. Now tell me, what the output of the statement? What the result you are expecting? What are the elements we have in this array?
It removes first element, I think
Yeah,
so.
first if you remove first means 20, 30, 40, right? And what it returns
Yes.
here, the deleted element. So here, remove the first element of array and returns value of that element, which is remove that value. What is the 10? So here, this output is 20, 30, 40, and this is 10. Yes. Now, refresh. You can see here we got 20, 30, 40, and here we got 10. Yes. So this is about shift. Unshift adds an element at the beginning of array and returns total number of elements. Yes. So unshift adds the element where at the beginning of array and returns what? Total number of elements. Now here I am using unshift 2. I have given unshift in brackets 2. Now what is the output of this? Hmm? What is the output of this?
2, 10, 20, 30, 40.
Yeah, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40. And what is the output of this? What it returns?
2.
5, not 4. Already 4 are there.
2
And adding,
and
adding 2. So total elements are 5, right? If you add 2, then total elements, 5 elements we're having here. Now you can see, yeah. So total here, how many elements we have?
but
5
if
elements.
length, how it returned the 5? I'm not understand.
Length of
Can
the
you?
array returns. Returns total number of elements I told you, right? Yes. So without length means no need to use length here while working with this unshift and shift. Okay. So by default, these functions returns values. So unshift returns what? Total number of elements. And push also returns total number of elements. Okay. Push and unshift. Okay. These two returns the total number of elements. And pop shift. So these two for remove functionality. So remove the element. Okay. So which element is removed, that element it returns. That's all. So push and unshift to add. Okay. Add it purpose we are using push and unshift. Pop and shift for remove purpose. Okay. Yes. So this is about this push, pop, shift, and shift. And next we need to discuss how to run the loop through the array elements that I will discuss in the next class. So before that, yeah. So what are the topics we discussed today? So for your practice purpose, I will paste those topics in chat window because you don't have drive access, right? Yes. If you open that meeting chart, then you can see these messages, 3 messages I am sending now. Already you got 2. And this is a third message. Yes. So copy these messages and paste in any notepad file. So till the drive access, I will send the messages like this. Next class, I will discuss remaining functions to work with this array. Okay. See you in tomorrow class. You can drop now. Thank you.